right, for the first time in a decade from Wldfire and Henderson here for the title matches of today's JBT event. Both divisions at once, handicapped just a little bit ahead. Believe it or not, this is a battle between a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old. Anthony looks youngish for 15, and we all know that somehow Brody just had his 43rd birthday, and yet he's still bowling a junior tournament in the handicap division. I don't know about that. Looking for his second win of the season. He grabbed the top seed in the very last game of round 2 and now has to beat Anthony by 11 to tie 8 to win. He's off to a good start with the front 3. Tricky little spare to shoot out here off the corner. Covers it nicely. Leads by 30 already through 3. So a nice early lead from Murray. Scratch division title match just getting started. Justin Erickson grabbed the top seed in the last game. Now he's taking on rising star Louis Cloud for the scratch division title. Lewis has one past scratch title at Suncoast. No! The idea is to hit all 10 pins. He did, but the 7 pin did not topple. That's been a running story here at Wldfire. The pin decks can skid rather than fall as Murray just barely keeps that on the lane. That's the good news. The bad news is hyper-reacted off that one board and left himself a split. Makeable split though. That ball to the right of 3, it'll drive into the 7. Lewis missed a 7 pin in the semi-final match and nearly did it again in the first frame of the title game. Let's see if Brody can pick up this cluster. Well, I'll have to get real lucky to do it. It does not, and drops a lot of count too. Still gives him 101 through 5. And a big opportunity for Garcia to get right back in this match with the strike working in the 5th. He's won 2 games to get this far over defending All-Conference Bowler of the Year 7-year-old Harvey Howe in Game 1, and then over current All-Conference Bowler of the Year Brendan Babarski, so really knocked out 2 All-Stars in his first 2 games. Now looking to topple the tournament here. Cloud with that pretty left-hand thumb in delivery. A rare thing, he uses his thumb, folks. And to get lucky up, another skidding pin. We have seen by our count 6 5 7 10s this weekend, which is highly unusual. For these bowlers' sakes, I hope we don't see 7. Oil gets back in the pin decks, a long day of bowling. A lot of people using urethane that sucks all the oil off the front and redeposits it in the back. Those are factors that help cause that. Well, he's not going to chop this. There you go. Covers it up. He still only trails by 13. And again, it gets 11 of them back. So just a couple pin match over there halfway through handicap. Justin only has 1 career scratch title as well with us. 2 career scratch titles with us, the 20-year-old does. Done a lot of traveling this year. His all-conference points looking really solid. Using that full approach. And well, he doesn't 5 7 10, but he's Simos. That's being called today. It's taping this today. Simo left a couple blower 7-10s to cost him the U.S. Open. Well, we've never had one made in camera in 30 years. Could this be the time? Instead, he kicks the field. Give us a second to give a big thanks to the team at Wldfire for having us. The last time we were here, the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. This year, just saying, they did it again. We'll have to visit Wldfire more often for our Seattle friends. Lewis working on spare double. Yes, sir. Right in the 1-2. Calmly knocks 3 in a row down. So Garcia unable to take advantage. Let's see if Murray gets back on the street. Whoa! His ball crashes in so hard from that corner line that he's playing. He can get some unusual pin action. Pretty bad break there to leave a 9-10 out of that. Justin grabbed the lead with 2:43 his last game to just get ahead of Lewis for second place. Another makeable split. Switches to a ball that doesn't hook much. Way too much of the 9 pin. So 2 opens in a row keeps things interesting over in handicap. Nothing, glaringly exciting about Justin's game. He just repeats shots really well. And gets that 5-10-7 to trickle over. Catches a 4-bagger of his own to virtually tie up the match, keeping pressure on Cloud. Brody's win came back at Samstown in December. So looking good in the All-Star race. Especially can notch a second title. Kind of all over the place right now. He's got to dial it back in on the strike ball. First things first, convert that 3-6. Oh, big break for Cloud to make it 4 in a row and regain the lead. Lewis has had a fun week. He's a week and a half of bowling. He spent last week in St. Louis competing in the PBA Junior National Final, where he made the step ladder in the U15 mixed division. All he did was shoot 270 in that step ladder, and it still wasn't enough. He lost with a 270 game in the finals. Yikes. The same scenario is still possible in this particular title match, not to think bad thoughts for anybody. Either one could bowl 279 and still lose. We're looking for 5 in a row. That one's going to be high, though. Does not break up the split. Trouble in the 6th for Cloud. Let's see what Garcia can do off his 7th. Pretty playable pattern. These guys, especially in handicap, really scored high today. 43 feet, about a 5-to-1 ratio. That is less than half as easy as a house, but these guys are so good that they 5-to-1, they just carve it up and make it look really scoreable. This has got a chance. Yes, sir! Expertly done. Gets a quick smile out of Cloud. That's not easy to do. The spare or the smile. Nice job converting the spare for Garcia. Him and his sister Ileana bowl all over the place. SoCal's the home conference. A worthwhile trip up to Vegas for him. Again, sending pins all the way over to the left side of the rack. Something finally knocks over that 7. And he calmly notches a 5-bagger and even takes a 2-pin lead as a result of that. Anthony's got to get that ball to project down the lane at that slower ball speed. That's tougher for him to do. Oh, wow, but that one does and then never hooks. Trouble for Anthony. Spare 6 count is not what he was looking for in those frames. Let's see if Erickson can keep the string going. You bet. No doubt about that one. Dead flush in the 1-3 there is a 6-pack and a double-digit lead. Tough spare for Garcia. Ah, nicely done. Tour rolls on to Phoenix next week. It's down the road a piece. We'll see a lot of these kids there again before we're way up to Seattle in 2 weeks. One of our favorite bowling alleys up there. Let's see if Lewis can get back on the strikes. It looks like he's going to need them. Perfect. No doubter there. He's got to consolidate with 1 in the 8th. He's going to run out of frames if not. Oh, goodness, out to the 1. He's trying to hit about the 2, 3, 4 board, that area. So he's only got a couple boards of this room to the right, but there's essentially no oil on the 1 board, so it's scary when he gets it out there, but then the ball overhooks on him. Title match pressure. All these factors. Oh yeah. He followed through and just held that follow through until that ball crushed the 1-2. Big double. Game on in both divisions. Another tough spare. Look out, Brody. Yes. Brody. Erickson working on 6 in a row. That one's left. Quite a bit of shim out there. That's how the scores got so good, but too much shim for him. Does not get the light hit to carry this time. Lewis will not have 279 shot at him or better for the first time in a week. And it's anybody's game in both divisions. 9th frame for Brody. He's got to win by 11. He currently leads by 2. Trails by 2. High yet again. Does break up the 6-10 into a much easier 3-pin. But does not really have a great strike line look either lane now. likely not need a strike, at least need a confident frame when he gets up in the 10th. At least he hopes so. Garcia's got time to throw some strikes and flip-flop this match. First things first, no mistakes at the should make 3-pin. No trouble. Back over to Erickson. He's got room for 258. Beautiful in the 9th.
I feel like I'm throwing it and then it's taken off.
100% agree with that self-analysis right there.
The right line's going to poke out of it. You need to get away from it.
Garcia's been so good in this stepladder. Can he finally finish it off and find a JBT win? Oh, wow. What a time to come up with his best shot of the title match. Dead flashing that 1-3, just as good as Lewis' shot there. Let's take a look at this scoreboard on scratches. We are down to a great 10th frame finish. 205. 206. Cloud leads by 8. And has a chance to shut out Justin. He can get to 266 again. The best Justin can do is 258. 2-pin, 3-pin game over here in the handicap division.
I mean, if he strikes out
4 bowlers. Who is going to take the title? Could be any of them. Cloud at first. Oh. And look at Anthony coming up with the double in the 9th and 10th. Simultaneously, Louis throws a fantastic shot, and the wicked messenger somehow misses that 7-pin. Ouch. Now he needs to spare to force Justin to get the first hit. Brody's got to win his match by 11. He can get to 197. Anthony strikes out for 190, so strike 8 will win for Anthony. And no, instead, a gigantic miss of the 7-pin for Cloud. And a perfect shot from Garcia gets him one more good shot away from victory. 197 is Brody's max. 8 is 198. Oh no, 160. 188. And Justin well, he didn't even need the strike at that point. He needed just pins as a result of that 9 miss. Disappointing finish for Cloud for sure. Either way, that's enough. Anthony Garcia goes back 4 and a giant smile because he just beat 3 exceptionally good opponents to climb the stepladder and win the handicap title. Giant killer. Boberski, Howe, Murray, all bowled well against him, but Garcia came up with the goods when he needed it. That's a better shot. No, that went high. Just a lot to look. That look's been doing him a lot of striking all day long. He finished at plus 316 for his 8 games. Just could not fine-tune it exactly the way he wanted it to in the title match. Listen, he's gonna bowl 180 with the spare. That's way over his 163 JBT average, so he didn't bowl bad at all. None of these guys bowl badly. 247 to 233. Your final in scratch. That's the way it goes. Real good stuff here in Henderson all weekend long. Great to be back at Wldfire. We'll see a lot of these guys in Phoenix next weekend to do it all over again.